right, Chicago rapper Juice Wrld has passed away according to TMZ. He was flying in from California to Chicago, but let's talk a little bit about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and I think it's very, very unfortunate to hear this happen. He just turned 21 last Monday, and it's the end of the year. We closing out a decade, and we come to the end of the year, you always get a lot of deaths. In Chicago, I'm realizing got a lot of talented rappers coming out of there. In the aftermath of like the Chief Keef era, they got a lot of rappers that's doing very, very well. And two of his songs climbed up the charts, and eventually he got signed by Interscope. And he had everything in front of him. But what happened was he was on a flight from California to Chicago. Basically, he got to the Midway Airport of Chicago, and they said he just fell out and started having a seizure. And nobody knows what the cause of death is. But he was alive. He was alive when the paramedics got there. He was bleeding through the mouth, according to TMZ. When they got to the hospital, I guess he survived a little bit longer, but then he was pronounced dead after a while, man. And that's crazy, man. When everything started to go your way, 21 years old and had everything in front of him. Was hot as fish grease, music-wise. And, his name was inspired from the Juice movie from Tupac. He said that's what they saying, that's what inspired his name. But you just look at it, man, and, life is short. Like Too Short said, life is too short, man. And, usually with those seizures, I had a guy I used to work with at General Motors. He had a seizure on the forklift, and it, started still rolling. And, one of the things that, we ended up researching was when you smoke marijuana, a lot of the times, depending on the seizures, that help to keep the seizures in check. So, a lot of times, depending on what the seizures come from, if it's, I don't know, marijuana stops them from having them. But I don't know if this was chronic or this just started or this was his first one. But, I don't know if it was caused by exhaustion or whatever the situation was. But it's a sad day, man. When you wake up and you hear in news like this, not because his music was so good, or whatever, or I loved him as an artist. It's because you turned 21 Monday. You about to close out a year. You probably about to tear it up another decade, and now you got what? Now he's gone. Now he's gone, and he thought he was gonna fulfill some greatness, which he should have fulfilled his greatness. But at the end of the day, that is what it is, man. And if I get any more information on what's going on with him, I would do a video on it. But obviously the coroner and everybody and doctors got to see what happened and see, was it a brain injury or was it something that he took that caused the seizure. But he was just probably ready to come home for the holidays, sit down for a minute and chill. When you see Juice Wrld, Chicago rapper, dead, what's the first thing you think about? You think about he was in the streets. You think about somebody who caught him slipping. So I'm glad it wasn't that situation, because you got Lil Reese who got popped in the neck. You know what I'm saying? So, at least he didn't fall victim to the Chicago streets. But at the same time, man, I'm pretty sure he got some unreleased music. If he have kids and his family, hopefully the Interscope do right by them. I don't think Jimmy Iovine is running it. I thought he gave it to Dr. Dre. I could be wrong. But hopefully they do right by him. And a lot of rappers checking out, in their hometown. He didn't get killed like Jimmy Wapo and a few other rappers that went home and get killed, but they got killed. But he did end up, laying arrested in his hometown. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Rest in power to Juice Wrld. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos, and if I get any more updates on it, just check my social media out, and then I'll do a video on it. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfella Sports TV. We gone.